Previously on the starting lineup.
An attack. Today's show is not about alienating or separating or dividing Franklin County. Today's show is actually about unity. That's what all of these... I want to roll my eyes now every time I say it, but all of these tough conversations that we have is not about driving a wedge between Franklin County. When we say we are FC, literally, you go to our Facebook page right now. Our Facebook, our logo is not ESPN Radio Winchester big. It's We Are FC big. And then the ESPN Radio Winchester is the footnote. When we say we are FC, we're not about driving a wedge between each other. We actually are trying to accomplish the opposite. We're trying to drive unity. We're trying to drive pride. We're trying to defend our own, to take ownership. Guys, we've won one game in the last 2 years on the football field. And we are FC. And I don't give a damn. I am going to be proud, and you should be proud, and you should tell your kids to be proud to be part of FC. We're going to share in the ownership, and you know what? When a couple of years from now, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, however many years go by, we turn this thing around, we'll be able to look back at this time and say, you know what? We're FC now when we're winning and it's all sunshine and rainbows, but we were FC then when it was hard to be FC. It's not just a hashtag. We're raising the standard in everything that we do. Whether that be from an education standpoint, whether that be taking the processes seriously, whether that be dealing with the hands that were dealt within the community from a business standpoint, from a growth standpoint, but we're going to do everything with intention. Let's raise the standard. And to raise the standard, to set a new standard, a true culture shift from all of us, it doesn't just happen overnight. We don't just wake up tomorrow. Well, you fall asleep and man, it sucks to be from FC, but when we wake up tomorrow, it's going to be a good thing. No, it's a process. It takes a shift in our language, in our tone, in our participation. It takes work. You can't just say, we need better athletes and then better athletic programs and then tear down our athletic programs and tear down our coaches and tear down our athletes. You can't say, we need unity and then mock our identity. Tullahoma doesn't own the color black. Damn! The standard is not just how we perform on the field or on the court. It is how we respond to adversity. In life, on the field, things are going to go bad. That's what made the Pinkout game on February 15th so freaking special. Because things went bad. Moore County got sick. No game. Canceled. Grayson Baggett is still trying to heal, trying to fight. That family is dealing with just a mess right now, and was at that time. And we had an absolute cluster land in our laps on February 11th and 12th, and senior night and pink out night and all of these things went bad. And it wasn't about, on the 13th, it wasn't about who won the games. It wasn't about whether or not the alumni won or lost. It wasn't about who we played. It wasn't about any of that stuff. It was about how, as a community, we responded to the adversity. That's what made February 13th special. So I am asking you, as a community, I'm not making anybody out to be the bad guy. What's in the past is in the past. What I'm asking is for everybody in the community to take responsibility. Before you post, ask yourself, am I informed? Is this something that I would say to a 15-year-old face-to-face? Is this something I would say to one of the kids on that team who has put in the blood and the sweat and the tears? Is this something that I would have wanted said to me? Am I helping? Am I laying a brick down? Or am I tearing them up? And if not, if you're not helping to build, don't post it publicly. Hell, use our inbox to voice the opinions. And we'll get it in front of, we'll ask the questions to the people who are needed to be held accountable for these things, guys. We'll ask the questions. We'll get in front of, heck, we'll have them on the show. And we'll ask them right here and there. We'll do it in a respectful manner. We'll show the kids of this community what it means to be proud, to be from FC. We are FC. I don't know if a lot of our listeners know what the fruits of the Spirit are. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. Fruits of the Spirit defined in the good book, in your Bible. Self-control applies to your thumbs as well. So I'm going to wrap it up by saying I fully believe that what we are doing, what we are trying to build here is tremendous, is different. We are not Tullahoma. We are not Coffee County. We're not Moore County. We're not Nashville. We're not toxic. We're not reactionary. We can be better. We're not a Metro. We're not Nashville. We're not. So let's be a part of pushing forward, or at a minimum, if you're not going to help build, at a minimum, don't be a drag. Don't tear it down. Don't get in the way of what people are trying to do. Get behind them and say, I see what you're trying to do. I see where you're trying to take us. And although I may not agree with this decision as a part of the way of getting there, I'm going to trust you. And I'm going to pick up my shovel and I'm going to keep working. If we get to the point, guys, if we get to the point where we're digging ourselves into a deeper hole and not making the progress, I promise you, you're not going to need to say something because I will. I promise you we'll handle it. But a losing culture is easy. It's lazy. Championship cultures are intentional. They take work. And I said it in the beginning of the show. I'll say it again. They're not built on game day. A championship culture is not built at the parade. It's not built on Friday nights. It's not even built in practice. It's built every day by the community, every member of it. I'm out tomorrow. Johnny Hand and Chewy are going to host a show. Chewy will be back on the other side with Reliable Rentals Swap and Shop. I appreciate all the support. I'm sorry to the folks who I did not get to their comments in the comments section. I see you guys. I see that it is important to a lot of you. Unfortunately, I'm sure that there are a lot of people who needed to hear this message who maybe didn't this morning. That's part of it. It's part of what we'll deal with. Today's show is not going to fix everything, everybody. We're going to still continue to be disappointed by our neighbors. But for those of us who did hear it, who were a part of it, who are a part of it each and every day, you don't need to thank me. You don't need to thank Chewy. You don't need to thank Katie. We appreciate those things, but we thank you. And I want to end by saying your service to the community, your service to these young athletes, to these young students, to these young kids, to our future does not go unnoticed. We are simply trying to live up to the standard that we believe you guys are trying to set. We're not driving the standard. We just see your vision, and we want to be a part of that. So to all of the parents and the coaches and the teachers and the administrators, I'm not always going to be your best friend. You may not always like what I have to say. Sometimes, I may advocate for the schools combining their football programs, the middle schools combining their programs, and you may not like that. We're not always going to agree on the how each and every day. But we will agree on where we're trying to get to, and we're going to work through it. We're going to keep pushing toward it. Pick up your shovel. Now, I gotta give credit to Sammy D. Last week, I had almost like a mental breakdown. Sammy D and I are standing in the parking lot, and I said, "Man, how do you do it as a police officer, as somebody who tries to care for and support this community and serve and protect this community each and every day? How do you do it when you've got these thankless individuals?" And you think all police departments are like ours. It was brought to my attention yesterday that there's a department up in the Northeast in a town called Fall River. And on their vehicles, it simply says, "We'll try." We'll try. So I asked him, how do you guys keep it up? And he told me, when the crap keeps coming, when it keeps falling on your head, shovel faster. So if you're out there and you're trying and it feels like you just can't anymore, I'm here with you. There's a lot of people here with you. They may not be as loud as the complainers, but we're here. We're shoveling too. And I encourage you, if you have not picked up your shovel, do. For the sake of this community, for the sake of these kids, help. Get involved. Whether it be with the band program or athletics, after school, get involved. Help. All right. For Chewy, I am Joe Abraham. This has been the starting lineup. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT Winchester.